Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin and this is Rideshare Buddy UK. Excuse the voice, I'm just recovering from bronchitis, so I sound a little bit sniffly, but don't worry about that. What I want to do today is a quick video to expand on the short that I did yesterday about riderless taxis or riderless cars, or driverless cars. Riderless taxis tend to be Uber at the moment, but driverless cars come to the UK in 2027, and what that means for the taxi and Uber trade in general. So we've all seen the advert, well, the YouTube videos about Waymo cars. It's basically the one we all know about, Waymo, and the trouble they can have to get involved in accidents sometimes. You've got that video about them all down that parking lot, all working their way out of the parking lot. There's the so-called myth of the ring of salt. Will stop an Uber, will stop a Waymo car in its tracks. So we know all of this about Waymo, but what about other parts of the world? What about China and its driverless taxis? Japan is driverless taxis, and various other areas. So this is what I want to look at today, is what is the state, really the state, of driverless taxis, and how soon will it be in the UK, and do we really need to worry about our jobs? And how can we as taxi drivers or private eye drivers compete against a driverless car? So let's have a quick look at the state of the situation that is actually happening right now across the world, and Britain is lagging. Now, until recently, in America, it was mainly Waymo and Cruise. Cruise has dropped out of the market, leaving Waymo pretty much alone in the US until Tesla launches its offering. In China, there's quite a few companies. A lot of them are smaller company startups, but they're mainly run by, say, Apollo Go. We got AutoX, which is Alibaba based. We've got Pony AI, which is backed by Toyota and Saudi Arabia. And probably the most advanced one is WeRide. And that's what I'm going to be looking at in a little bit more detail, because I think WeRide is the one that's going to come to the UK within the next couple of years, probably in partnership with Uber. Yeah, there'll be a partnership with Uber in Abu Dhabi. So that's already up and running, about 18 months. In China, WeRide is running in, I think, 16 cities. Beijing has now allowed L4 driverless vehicles on the road, L4 being unsupervised. Before that, they had to have a supervised driver just to be there in case of emergencies. That requirement is now gone. WeRide can operate in both Beijing, 16 other cities, and also they go into city as well, so outside of the urban areas. I believe in Wuhan they have something like 400 riderless taxis there. They're very much well established. WeRide also run robo buses across China and various other places, including Europe. The main one is in Zurich. We're going to have a driverless bus service in operation. And in 2 months or less, in Q2 of this year, they will be running driverless taxis in Zurich. They think it's going to take 2 or 3 months in learning mode, where they might have a supervisory driver while the system learns the streets and traffic conditions of Zurich. But I think by September, be fully autonomous. They will be fully driverless on their own, able to cope with the traffic and road conditions of Zurich. Now, they haven't said what car they're going to be bringing across for that. They have a couple of cars. The most advanced one, which I think is going to be the one that I'll be using, is a GXR. Let's have a look at a GXR now. So if that one comes over to Zurich, I can see that also being the one that I'll use in the UK, maybe in partnership with Uber. WeRide have their own app, so they might just use their own app and launch on their own, and we'll see what happens. Another place which is launching L4 or unsupervised driverless taxis this year is Tokyo, Japan, which will be run by a system by Nissan. Not sure that will come to the UK. I think WeRide is the one that's going to come to the UK very quickly as soon as that legislation goes through, ready for 2027. So that's what I think is going to happen in partnership with Uber. It's not going to wipe out us drivers overnight. It will take a few years for the system to bed down, maybe 4 or 5 years to bed down. And I can see a lot of younger people will be using it, but I think there'll still be a need for the foreseeable future for taxi drivers. And this is where taxi drivers, stroke private eye drivers, have to really play the service factor. They're not going to be able to get away with doing shoddy service because those people just use a driverless. You're going to have to go for a premium market. You're going to have to go for, say, the elderly market, those with disabilities, those with mobility issues. You're going to be dealing with moving the luggage. You're going to have to be moving the shopping for people. So that service aspect is where you, as a driver, are going to make the difference. And that's going to allow you to operate at a premium because you're not going to be able to compete against the pricing of driverless cars. You're just not going to be able to cope with it. You won't be able to go that low. So if you want to keep in the trade, if you want to keep up the business, it's down to the service that you offer. And if you can't offer the service, if you can't be bothered to get out your car to help load up the luggage or help load up the shopping, this is not going to be the job for you anymore. But I think for those people who are prepared to offer that extra service, there's still a vacancy as a private hire driver, a taxi driver, for the foreseeable future. Well, that's it. I hope it's not going to worry too many people. I don't think you need to worry too much. You don't remain unemployed overnight, but I do think 5, maybe 10 years, and 10 years, you've really got to up the game about the levels of service you give. Possibly Uber X will be pretty much self-driving cars. The lower end of the market will be self-driving cars. And really, it's only going to be the upper end of the market, the premium market, where people are looking for that personal touch, personal service, where you're still going to have drivers. But even then, it's going to be a hard life trying to make money. Yeah, it's just the way things are going, I'm afraid. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that little look at the GRX self-driving taxi. I love the look of it. I really do. I wouldn't mind having one driving it, but it is a self-driving vehicle. It is very plush, and this raises the biggest problem with self-drive. I'm not sure the British people can look after something like that. China and Asian countries are very tidy, very respectful of property, very respectful of people. They will get in that vehicle and they will look after the vehicle, and when they get out of the vehicle, it will probably be in the same condition that they got into it. That's in Britain. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.